Guys, what's up? It's John, Gamester81. Before I show you my conversation with a good friend of mine, Johnny, HappyConsoleGamer, I just want to say something real quick that the audio, unfortunately, in the video you're about to see is not ideal. It's not great. I'm certainly disappointed in it, but it's no fault of anyone. What happened was I brought my camera up there. I used his boom mic. Unfortunately, I was too far away from his mic and he was close to it, and it just didn't sound very well when I got home. So I just wanted to post this video. Nonetheless, I hope you guys enjoy it. Thanks for watching, guys, and let me know what you guys think, and take care. Guys, what's up? It's John, Gamester81. I'm here with my good friend, Johnny Millennium from the HappyConsoleGamer show.
Who the hell is that?
I don't know who you are. Get out of the show.
Yeah, I'm leaving. I'm getting off my own set here.
I'm here in your game room, and this is cool because we were looking, and it's been like 6 years since I was here first time, right?
Yeah, I can't believe that. Like, time flies by. It's like ridiculous. And then we did the All Gen Gamers together, like for
Gamers.
years.
I mean, we've known each other for what, like 8 years now?
8 years on YouTube. Isn't
wow.
Crazy?
So how did you get started on YouTube? I'm curious.
Just watching the Angry Video Game Nerd was a huge inspiration. I loved what he was doing, and I wanted to start a show where I could talk about video games, but not do the angry stuff. I liked what he was doing. I didn't want to be a copier of him.
Right.
I also want to talk about games I love, and then just kind of started from there, really. Just kind of like you did. You just kind of started, like, doing videos because of your love for video games.
Yeah, and I think that definitely shows in your show that you're just passionate about what you talk about, for sure.
Yeah,
so
same with you.
What are your thoughts about, like, retro gaming, and kind of, is it a trend? What do you think about prices nowadays? What are your thoughts of where it's at right now?
I'm gonna put it back to you. I'm gonna ask you a question right now. No, because
okay.
this is interesting. We were younger,
right,
and there's a lot of games that we wanted to get that we didn't at that time, and then all of a sudden, because of our love for them and videos out there, and just the hobby in general, the prices on some games have gone up. Like, say certain games, like I'll say like Snatcher has gone up in prices, like $350 to $400.
Right.
So that's important to our generation. Those games are important to our generation. But what happens when our generation dies? And I mean that in a nice way. but you know what I mean? Like,
dies in a nice way.
Yeah, dies in. But what happens at that point? You know what I mean?
Will the prices go down? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, like, because those games are important to us, not necessarily a younger person growing up now. They'll discover Snatcher through maybe our videos, or they'll find it on their own, but it's not brand new. It's not the latest, greatest game.
That's true, but I think there's a lot of younger guys playing retro games.
I see that, but
it's pretty interesting, and I think there's like with my kids, I'm introducing them to the retro games.
Yeah.
So even though the games aren't new for them, they're new to them. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I think there might be a little drop in price, but I think retro games are pretty solid right now.
Yeah.
And I don't see them. I mean, look at music. Like, people listen. I listen to music from the 60s, the 70s. I didn't even grow up in those decades, and I still appreciate that
That's
music. So,
true.
I mean, look at games kind of the same way. Like,
yeah,
if it's a good game, there's always going to be demand for that game, I guess is my point.
Yeah, so that's a bad thing for retro collectors in general. Because that just means everything's just going to go up. I was kind of thinking, get the old men out of the way, and maybe the next generations can go, okay, cool, I can finally get Snatcher for $200 because it's
now we just kill off all the owners of Snatcher.
Yeah, exactly.
Snatch it up.
But no pun intended. It's crazy to me when me and Rob were collecting video games. Like, I'd say collecting, but when we were in when we were in our 20s, we go up to like a local Blockbuster Video and we buy a used game.
Right.
There's like nothing to buy.
Right.
I could buy Phantasy Star 4 boxed for like $20, and it was like, oh geez, that's a lot of money for a used video game. And
now those games, especially like the Blockbuster exclusives, are like going like crazy amount of money.
Yeah, Star Fox and stuff like that. Yeah, it's crazy. Yeah. And all that. It sucks. I really feel bad for people who are into retro games that really want to collect all those games that they love, and they're just ridiculously expensive. It's terrible.
They are, but fortunately, there's a lot of games that are affordable, and I guess, and I know this is controversial, but I guess that's what emulators are for.
Yeah.
If they want to play those great, hard to find games, they can play for free on computer. I know people are like, emulators are a bad thing, but I think in a way, I think it actually it's a great thing for them to be able to play.
I am a huge supporter of emulation. I remember it was cool years ago to say you were against emulation.
Right.
But in the prices now, please go and play Snatcher. At least experience it.
Yeah.
And hopefully you get some fun out of it. And then if you're that moved, then you can. What, are you going to go spend $400 to play a game that maybe you don't like?
It's true.
That's true. Crazy, man. Yeah, it's certainly changed since we were younger. When you go to a thrift store and you could buy a Sega Saturn and a whole bunch of games for super cheap. And now they know. All the staff now are like, they're hoarding it back. They don't put it out,
I have a question for you. Now, I know it's feel like today gaming is kind of a status symbol. Like, oh, I have little Samson for my NES, and I'm special because I bought little Samson.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts about collectors who are like that? What are you seeing with people buying?
Oh.
I mean, do you feel like it can be kind of a status symbol in owning these really rare and expensive games, or is it just like, what are your thoughts?
It's almost embarrassing if you're just buying games to be a status symbol, you know what I mean? Like you come over and I'm like, John, check out this game.
Yeah.
How much of a loser do I have to be that I'm doing that? Are you jealous, John, about what I own? It's kind of funny. If people are collecting for that reason, that's kind of a weird reason to collect. Like, hopefully you're collecting video games because you like them and you enjoy them. It's one thing if you aspire to, oh, in my collection, it will make me feel so good if I get like a world championship card or something, you know what I mean? That'll make me feel, I have it on the shelf. And it depends on what motivation it is. If you're just being an asshole about it, going, check out my world championship, John. Aren't you jealous about that? Yeah. That would really suck. But yeah, I collect video games I like, so I've never... I never rub in anybody's faces when I got it. We come from the generation where video gaming wasn't cool, so when is it cool to do that?
Yeah, for sure.
You know?
I mean, I have mad respect for, there's a lot of collectors out there who collect because they have passion, like you said. Look at John Hancock, a friend of ours.
Yeah.
He has, 24 complete collections, U.S. collections. But passion. You don't see him in his videos saying, this is what I have, but look at me, I'm special. He's doing like this, he's educating people about these games and he's passionate about it. So I think there's a big difference between someone like that and someone who's like, look at me, I have Earthbound complete box.
And to be honest, it's like, okay, I got Earthbound complete box. Like, who am I really trying to brag that to? It's like, it's got to be for me. It's like, John, I got Earthbound. John, I got. Yeah, exactly. but like, who am I really gonna brag that to in my everyday life? Right. Yeah, it's like somebody random comes over and I'm like, I'm having a barbecue and I'm like, hey, I got Earthbound. I'm just like, they're like, oh, well, that's cool, Yeah, exactly. Only other video gamers would be interested in that, but anyways, type of thing. But cool, no, it's funny how it's changed. It's gotten so expensive. That's the bottom line. Retro gaming is expensive now. Yeah, but you have to know where to look, I think, too. Yeah, absolutely. That's why I like the Genesis and other consoles because they're actually pretty affordable, by gains for still. Yeah, for some of them. Clamshell, for some. Not for Musha, but for some of them, majority of them, for sure. Yeah. Awesome. Well, hey, thanks for being on the show again. Yeah, thank you for being here. Awesome seeing you again. Absolutely. I'll put a link to your channel below and all that good stuff. I really encourage you guys, if you aren't subscribed to this guy, please do so. Unsub, troll. No. It's all good. So yeah. All right, brother. Nice. Good seeing you, man. Absolutely. Take care. Game on. First off, guys, thank you so much for watching. Also, please subscribe. That means a lot. And if you want to stay in contact, you can follow me on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. I also have a website, Gamester81.com, and I have t-shirts available that help support the show as well. And those are available at chopchopgoods.com.